WWE 2K24's roster is going to be humongous, and that is straight from the developers' mouths, as we have some brand new roster news for you today. If you want to get a free copy of the game, then you can just by subscribing. Every subscriber enters into the chance of getting the game for free. All you have to do is click subscribe. Let's do the countdown together, people. 3, 2, 1. And you're subscribed. Well done, everybody. You're in with a chance of winning. But let's talk about what the 2K developers have said about the insane, absurd amount of playable characters on this year's roster. We're likely not far off from more information on how WWE 2K24 will play it when it comes to the roster. We're getting little snippets via the WWE 2K Games accounts on Instagram and Twitter. We're getting daily reveals of new superstars. We've seen Becky Lynch. We've seen Io Sky. We've seen Bayley, this hilariously awful looking Bayley, who reminds me a little bit of Krusty the Clown with the haircut that they've given her. I'm hoping that fan pressure will result in them, like they did with Alita last year, in redesigning her, because her hair looks atrocious. I don't know if it's just because of the render that they have sent or released, but it truly doesn't look great. Her hair model looks disgusting, and I will always be transparent with you. I know this game is going to be amazing, but I of course will always give you my honest feelings. So let me know down in the comments section, what do you think of this Bayley render? Because for me, it's not much to be desired. But anyway, the team behind the game said they can't wait to whet gamers' appetites with some teasers about the scope of this year's selection of current stars and legends. They said, anyone interested and curious about the roster, just know that it is a full course meal. It really is. That was Brian Williams, the associate gameplay producer at Visual Concepts, and he told Wrestling Junkie in a recent Zoom interview. Williams said that he is involved with the sub-team that ensures movesets are accurate for all wrestlers within the game, and he said it does take a lot of work, but it's worth it once the finished product is out. He also noted that while last year's entry in the series likely had the biggest roster ever, 2K24 might still take things up a notch. He went on to say, I know last year with 2K23, that was probably the largest roster that we've had in a game. And I know that with 2K24, we probably added to that. It's an insane, absurd amount of playable characters that are in this game. And it's not just playable wrestlers, but managers and other familiar faces who are included as well. Plus, there are a number of wrestlers who appear in more than one incarnation, as Williams pointed to Stardust and the masked undashing version of Cody Rhodes, plus the American Nightmare version that we have as well. Obviously, that's going to come out in the Nightmare Family Pack, and that comes as the pre-order bonus. So it does sound like WWE 2K24 will have something for everyone, regardless of their favorite era of WWE history, and not just sheer numbers, though it should come through on that front as well. I mean, it's 230 characters easy, and it's a lot more than that, Williams continued to say. Robust is an understatement when it comes to the roster this year. The launch of the WWE 2K24 game is over a month away, just over a month away. And I know over the next few weeks, we are going to be seeing a lot more superstars, their renders, gameplay, these new matches. We saw the ambulance match debut yesterday with Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley, and their two character models looked beautiful. Rhea Ripley looks incredible, and so does Shayna Baszler. Not too much of a model upgrade when it came to Shayna, but we have got her brand new attire. Now, let's talk about incarnations of superstars. There are a couple I can think of that I definitely want in the game. That is going to be Kane. I don't mean to be a poet, but hey ho, you got it when you know it. But I want to see the Kane 97, the first time we saw him, that big menacing big red monster with the mask. I want to see the 2003 unmasked version of Kane as well. Two iconic Kane superstar models that surely have to be in the game. Think of Mankind and Cactus Jack and Mick Foley. All of them need to be in the game as well. And we've got different itinerations of potentially Triple H with the long hair, and then the more recent short-haired version. There's going to be so many superstars that hopefully will have just an abundant amount of models. Now, one of the things I would like to see, and this is regarding the roster, I would like to see live roster updates. So when Roman Reigns steps down as Tribal Chief and potentially turns back into a face superstar, he's going to have a whole different gimmick. He's going to have a whole new attire. There needs to be a live update so that we can go and download that version of him in the game. Even if it is just an attire, maybe it's a beard trim, and that goes for every single live current superstar on the roster. Seth Rollins cuts his hair and has a skinhead. It's not going to happen, but if it were, I want to see that. If Baron Corbin were to grow his hair out long again, although it would take many months to do that, I want to see that put into the game. It's something that we want. Most people want an up-to-date roster, and when these games release, we do often get outdated superstars even from day one of the game's release. But that doesn't need to happen anymore because of these live updates that they can give us. They can give us these superstars being updated regularly throughout the length of the game's span, so up until 2K25. But that's just my theory. Would you guys like to see like a live character downloader or a live character updater? I know I certainly would. Now, moving on, you guys want dribs and drabs of the superstars that are going to be in the game, and Trish Stratus has tweeted out that she has a surprise for WWE 2K24 fans. Of course, that means it's going to be eventually her reveal as a WWE 2K24 rostered superstar. She's been in the game for many, many years, but I believe she did get scanned this year. So we're going to have a different character model of Trish Stratus. Obviously returned to WWE last year and had a great run, teaming with Lita and Becky Lynch to then going against the man Becky Lynch and enjoying a fruitful return back to the company where her career took off. But Trish Stratus, a brand new model for her, is going to be incorporated into the game. A lot of you guys have been asking me about Chris Benoit, funnily enough, and I want to address this. You're talking about the 40 years of WrestleMania. I get it. Chris Benoit was in a fantastic triple threat at WrestleMania, but he will not be in the game. WWE has made it abundantly clear that they want to disassociate themselves with Chris Benoit. They've erased everything about him from the WWE archives, from the website, from the Illuminating. He will not be in the game. Now, potentially, this could happen to Vince McMahon. I'm not going to get into all of the trials and tribulations that Vince McMahon is currently experiencing, but he could potentially go down the same line. WWE is a PG era, or is a PG concept these days. We're in that era, and sponsors do not want to associate themselves and certainly be associated with Chris Benoit, who I'm not going to talk about what he did because I don't need to go into that, but of course he conducted himself in a heinous way that shouldn't be remembered by the WWE. And if you do agree, then I stand with you, but I don't think we should be remembering someone like Chris Benoit. The politics will get involved. You guys will probably shoot me up down in the comments section, but I'm just being honest. Like I said, I am WrestleMania. We are WrestleMania, and we will always be honest and transparent with our thoughts and feelings. But the roster, I believe we are going to have, like we had last year, small snippets of WWE superstar entrances confirming their entry into the game. And I know this year we are going to get so many more NXT talents. Elektra Lopez, who's just been drafted to the SmackDown roster, she will be there. We are going to have the likes of Carmelo Hayes, who was there last year, Trick Williams, who was DLC last year. There's going to be so many new NXT superstars, and let us know which NXT superstar it is that you are looking forward to seeing the most. I'm hoping someone like Lola Vice makes it into the game, Lash Legend, Josh Briggs, Joe Kofi, Duke Hudson, Ava Rain would be a great one, who's just been, I think she's been main interim GM for NXT, Brooks Jensen, Bronco Nima, Charlie Dempsey, Tank Ledger, Oliver Carter, Mako Satomura, who I believe was due to be in last year's game but was pulled out right at the end. The women's NXT champion, Lyra Valkyria, Lucian Price. There's at least another 20 to 30 superstars that they could add into the game. And of course, they will be adding brand new legends into this game as well. And I know many of you love playing the nostalgia games. The Dudley Boys are potentially going to make a return to the game. They've just been inserted back into the card game. We're potentially going to get the likes of Rob Van Dam back in, Sandman, Terry Funk, Tori Wilson could make a return. She's been missing for a few years now. Mr. Perfect, the Iron Sheik, DDP, D'Lo Brown. Again, there are so many returning superstars or returning legends that could make it into the game. And then we've just got the debut of superstars like Jade Cargill, who I'm assuming is going to be DLC, alongside the likes of CM Punk. Nia Jax will be back. I'm running out of breath just to say, but to see that the 2K devs are saying that it is going to be the biggest roster fills my heart with joy. I cannot wait to see these roster reveals. They are coming, people. If you don't follow them, follow the 2K Games accounts on Instagram and Twitter, because that is where they will drop first. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Remember, we are doing a WWE 2K24 giveaway. All you have to do is be a subscriber. So head down now, click the subscribe button, and it could be me contacting you to let you know that you have won a free copy of WWE 2K24. Thanks for your support. It's been immense. We've had 2,000 subscribers within the last week. It's bonkers. It's a great time to be here at WrestleMania. We love you loads. Take care. Peace out. Bye for now. Stay wrestle-worthy.